We're here at MRO Europe and speaking to Kata Sherop, Global Managing Director of Aviation, Travel and Tourism for ICF. You're speaking on the unpopular opinion panel, Kata. So what was the most unpopular opinion that you think you gave?
So just for context, we were following up the forecast, the recovery forecast, and as expected, there was a pretty rosy outlook with a long-term growth of 3.5% CAGR. I think probably my starting point I think that's at the very toppy end of the forecast was perhaps the most unpopular. We all like to believe that the recovery is going to be smooth and swift after the last couple of years that we've all endured, but sadly the latest indicators and developments suggest that we're in for a bit of a bumpy exit at best.
And of those indicators you mentioned, are there one or two maybe at the top of that list that you think we should be
really
looking for?
The big one from a demand perspective is the looming recession. We've already had an inflationary environment which, whilst the economy has been in good shape, has been absorbed, essentially, particularly with all that pent-up demand for travel. So even though prices have been higher due to supply chain issues and everything has been passed on, the traveller has been quite prepared and quite able to pay those higher prices. If we now head into a recession, then that raises some serious challenges for the speed of the recovery.
Okay, so recession, market flexibility regarding the prices, and are there particular regions in the world that will be more impacted than others?
That's a complex question. I think every region has its own challenges. We didn't even touch on geopolitics. Obviously, the ongoing war in Europe is top of mind for many of us, particularly here at this conference. But huge questions around China. It's still out there, China being a very, very significant player, not only in the supply chain of the aviation ecosystem, but also as a major driver for outbound travel and tourism. So there are huge questions there and huge challenges about how we exit and how the Chinese market goes into the recovery.
Okay. Well, Kata Sherop, Global MD for Aviation, Travel and Tourism at ICF, thank you very much for speaking to us today.
My pleasure.